Hi everybody, welcome back to Mando Lessons. My name is Baron Collins Hill. In this week's lesson, I want to talk about scale degrees. It sounds a little scary, it sounds complicated, it sounds like music theory, it sounds like math, but I assure you, it's a really helpful thing to do, and it's not that music theory or math involved. It's pretty much just counting up and down, to and from 1 to 7, while you play scales and melodies and things like that. So, let's jump into it. Here we go. Alright, so let's use our D major scale as an example. Starts in the open D string, and we're going to play up and down that scale. So that we get to D again, it's time to go back down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to assign numbers to those notes. So we have the open string, the D, we're going to call that 1 or the root of the chord. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 is the open A string. Mandolin is tuned in fifths, and we have D to A. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5. So that's sort of an idea of why the mandolin is tuned in fifths. Again, you can think about that in terms of music theory or just kind of in terms of counting. And we continue on from there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we get back to D, so rather than 8, we're going to call that 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then if we go back down, we're going to start on 1, and then jump up to 7. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so these are called scale degrees, because first degree of the scale, second degree of the scale, third degree of the scale, fourth degree of the scale, fifth degree of the scale, sixth, seventh, eighth, or 1. And so when people talk about scale degrees, that's what they're talking about. And it's a really great way to sort of get your brain and your fingers and your ears all aligned on sort of where you're sitting inside the key. So, you know, as you do this exercise of actually counting out loud up and down your scales, you'll start to make connections of like 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, or maybe you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Hey, that sounds like an arpeggio, which it is, and that's a G major arpeggio. 1, 3, 5. You can go 1 at the top again. 1, 5, 3, 1. And that's just the degrees of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And putting them in different orders. And you start to sort of hear. Oh, it sounds like 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Or maybe it goes 1, 2, ooh, third fret. Okay, so that's a flat 3. There's our regular 3 in major. D, E, F sharp, E, D. Then we're going D, E, F natural. That's the flat 3. 1, 2, flat 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And as you play around, and again, the main thing you have to do here is actually vocalize these numbers, you'll really start to get a sense of how they all connect, what sort of quality each note has, and in terms of being inside of that key and saying, okay, we're in the key of D. That's a good thing to know. But the nice thing about learning these numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, is that holds true regardless of what key you're in. So it's a little bit like learning the Nashville number system, which is a way of learning chords, where instead of saying D, G, D, A, D, and saying the note names, we're going to say the chord names. So that's 1 and a 4 and a 1, 5, 1, D, G, D, A, D. And those numbers, we're saying 1, 4 is a G chord, 1 is a D chord, 5 is an A chord, and back to 1. And so we're thinking 1, 4, 5 is a common way to think about chords, and those line up specifically and directly with the scale degrees. So 1 is a D, what is a 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, hey, that's a G. So the 4 chord in the key of D is G. A. So we need a 5 chord. What's 5? D, E, F sharp, G, A. There's our 5 chord. It's an A. And back to 1 is D. And then you can start doing that with tunes as well. So let me think of a tune here. Alright, I'll try this. So this is a tune called Miss Monaghan's. It's an Irish tune. I'll just do the first phrase, but as extra credit to this lesson, maybe take a simple tune and see if you can say the scale degrees while you play the tune. So an example would be 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 5, 3, 6, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. That would be the first phrase of Miss Monaghan's sort of spoken out in scale degrees. And that, again, is really going to help connect all those dots on the instrument. So combining this idea of working with scale degrees and working with the actual note names that you're playing, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Really important, really helpful. You can definitely get away with playing lots of music. There's lots of great musicians who don't think this way. But it's a great way to be able to communicate with other musicians. Maybe there's like a note here and there that is a little different that you're playing than someone else, and you need to have a conversation about that. Those numbers can really come in handy. And it's just a really valuable way to sort of get comfortable with the instrument and understand intervals in that certain way and start to associate intervals with particular sounds. So that's all for today. Your homework is maybe take that D scale, say both the names of the notes, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, and the scale degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and then play around with that and see what you can sort of come up with ways that your brain connects to those numbers, and maybe like do 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 6, 1, 1, 7, 1, 1 octave 1, 1. This also connects into another lesson that I did in the past called Sing What You Play. So in that lesson I was talking about da 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 da, just vocalizing the sound, the pitch that's coming out of the instrument. You can now add this idea to that practice, and rather than just singing like nonsense syllables of la la la, you can sing 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, open, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 7, 6, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. It can be a little bit of a workout, but play around with it. And just the amount of time that you put into it will slowly add up till that becomes more comfortable, and it's really going to kind of expand your understanding of all these tunes and intervals that we play on a regular basis. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.